What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our second opening video of the House of X Powers of X Heroclix set. This is the second case here, and we're going to move through things a little bit quicker. So if you'd like to see all of the pieces that will most likely be duplicates in this set, go check out the first video there. And before we get started today, I just want to look at the tokens that come with the set and the dice. We got a very cool neon green coloring with these, neon green and black. And it differs a lot in the red from the red and blues that we've seen. Got Storm, Magneto, Jean Grey, Kate Pryde with that Hold Fast tattoo on the knuckles. Awesome cover. Emma Frost and Professor X, as well as two new dice. Lime green with the House of X set. Let's see what we got. All right, well, a 6, it's right in the middle. It's duplicates, you get knockback. We'll take them. We'll see if we can get some better rolls on these dice later. Just check the back of these to look at what our tokens are. I believe all of these pieces on the back go with the Krakoan Revival units that are a special card that come in the set. We still need to learn how that card actually works, but it gives your opponent the ability to summon some kind of minion, and these are the different teams and different kind of enemies that the different X books were fighting, like Orcus, Horticulture. These are a bunch of older folks. We got Coven Akaba, Phobos Armor, and PhD Apes, as well as Skinless Assassins that were a little bit of a threat, and why Domino is looking the way she is. In the last video, I was looking at that Alania Gray, this model, Alaya Gregor, that is, and could not place who it was, so I had to double check. And she's actually the leader there of the Orcus satellite in House of X, Powers of X. So it's one of the big bads. She's got the AIM keyword, so it's going to be cool to put her with MODOK to see what she adds. We still haven't read through many of the cards or any of them at all, as we're waiting to see what else comes in the set. Before we start opening, again, I just want to also look at the Fast Forces. This Fast Force set came with Wolverine, Beast, Marvel Girl, Domino, Forge, and Sage, all of which are in the current set as commons. We get, or actually, Marvel Girl is an uncommon in the current set, and we get similar paint schemes, but we're going to have different, slightly different rules and stats for those. Something interesting I thought was that the Fast Forces pack even came with team-up cards. So we'll look at the 2 team-ups we got towards the end of the video with all the other team-ups from the 2 cases. And these are the cards of the Fast Forces with Domino, Marvel Girl, Beast, Wolverine, Sage, and Forge, with that familiar Fast Force symbol stamped with the set. Quick look at this Krakoan Revival card. The tokens actually match these options, and the Krakoan Revival is this card that comes in many of the bricks, many of the boosters, maybe all of them, or all of them that have one of these models, and it states really the rules for this Krakoan Revival power and ability, or trait that is. Great, so let's start opening here. We've got 20 boosters to go, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of duplicates, but with each case having 5 super rares, a chase, and hopefully a prime, we're going to have some surprises. And perhaps we already know who this is. Oh man, no we don't, but I'm very excited to see. It is A himself, Mr. Apocalypse, bubble wrapped as he should be. Quite a sculpt. Oh man, look at that Apocalypse. So I have avoided all teasers for this set. I just managed to kind of keep my head down and not look at any of the news. So I've been just over the top surprised about some of these chases and super rares. Very, very excited to see Apocalypse as a super rare. This is probably my favorite super rare so far, behind Glob Herman here. But man, look at the size of that Apocalypse. Putting it up against like a normal sized figure like Corsair, it shows what WizKids has really started to do, or what they can do with the sculpts. That is too cool. Great pull. Let's see what else we got here. We got duplicate, uncommon, chamber, trinary, Wolverine, and Bishop. It looks like there is a team up in that one, so we'll go through those in the end. One interesting thing I found with the last case was that I actually did not get a prime. Let's go with the second booster here. Yeah, so the prime chase super rare ratio of 1 chase, 1 prime, 5 super rares is apparently only suggested or commonly adhered to, and not found throughout every case like the last one. So let's go with booster 2. And we've got Sage common, Sinister Clone common, Kid Omega common, a Richter super rare, and a Sunspot uncommon. How about that for the first 2 boosters of the brick? Pulling our super rares. I've been just taking from the front left of the brick, trying to find some pattern there. And I mean, there definitely is not so far, but it's interesting to see. We'll dive into these Richter and all of the abilities that these characters have more on the podcast. But let's pop this figure out and take a look. Oh man. And this is actually a very fitting character to draw after drawing Apocalypse, as throughout the story, Apocalypse has kind of been fathering Richter and like bringing him up on this like mystical sense. Apocalypse has since made the ultimate sacrifice for Amenth and the mutants of Heroclix, bringing Heroclix back to reality, but sacrificing himself, leaving Richter kind of adrift in the current stories. And really everyone's worried about bringing Captain Marvel back, and this guy's really the only one who's like, dude, what about Apocalypse? And he gets Apocalypse's Grimoire and actually allows them to cast this spell. He's learning some of the magic, or like of the powers that Apocalypse has. So he kind of always knew that that Richter would have had it in him. 2 very cool super rares to add to the collection, and fitting to pull together with their story. Also in this one, again, we had all duplicates, I believe. The Sinister Clones are pretty cool. I saw that they were 25 points. They've got Outwit or Perplex, I think. So they're just going to be a nuisance to have all over the board. I hope I get enough of them to run a 300-point list of only Sinister and his clones. So let's go with the third booster here. See who we've got. It is a common Havoc, a common Polaris, uncommon Marvel Girl, uncommon Tempest, and a rare Karima. All duplicates from the first case, but I think that Karima is going to be a cool figure. I don't believe we got any team up cards in that booster. So we'll move to number 4 of the set. And this deep into the openings, I feel like we're going to get some of these boosters that are just all dupes with their rares. Oh, there actually was a team up in that one. In number 4, we've got Sage common, Sunspot common, Domino common. Ooh, that Magneto sculpt is really good. Magneto rare, and the cape and the man himself, Mr. Sinister. Again, all duplicates from the last case, but this is a very cool Magneto, and one of my favorite iterations, I think, of Magneto, of his character. He's kind of finished his arc and come full circle. Move on to the 5th booster for us. Definitely moving through these quicker. All right, let's see. We've got Common Beast, Common Havoc, Uncommon Douglock, Common Corsair, and ooh, super rare Black Tom. Man, we're getting pretty lucky here off these super rares on this case. I'm happy not to see any dupes and to see some of the selections with which characters they pulled for the super rare selection. Black Tom has been kind of one with Krakoa as of late. He is the island's security, and he's kind of attached to it and become bonded there in some sense. I don't know Black Tom's story before this House of X iteration, so I need to look into that a little bit more. I do know that he knows the Juggernaut, as he and Kane had some words in the finale to that Juggernaut miniseries. So I'll add that to our super rares here, and to the super rares in general as a new one for the list. In the booster here, there aren't any other uniques. This Beast sculpt turned out great. I'm glad to see some other versions. And the other thing I'll point out is I was very happy to see Douglock be included in this Heroclix set. I don't know if he's been there before, but he definitely wasn't in my collection. As I really just started with Heroclix for the X-Men animated series set, and it's really been every set since then that I've been opening and collecting. Let's go here with the 6th booster. And we've got a common Forge, an uncommon Wolverine, common Elia Gregor, rare Vulcan, and uncommon Forge. Oh, we actually got both Forges here. It's Sandwich and Forge. On the last models, we saw that some of the paint jobs are not great. Some of them really are though, so it's a little bit hit or miss still, but overall I think the quality has actually improved. It has gotten better all around with the sculpt variation. The size of the models is different, so the ratio of the model on the base, even for normal sized figures like Black Tom or Richter here, oh, there we go, they look much more fitting on the dial, where some of the older sets, single models were a little bit lonely, perhaps. Just looking smaller there on the dial. Okay, we've got an uncommon Douglock and a Hope Summers. Very cool, a rare Hope. A common Shard, an uncommon Tessa, and a common Sunspot. Man, really brutalized that brick. Just couldn't wait to get it open. This is the only new one from the last set, or from the last case. It's a rare and unique Hope Summers. In the last case, I was confused about the ring around the models, thinking that perhaps Moira X or Omega, this super rare, very cool, were our primes, and it turns out they're not. That's just the unique ring, which I tend to forget about as I play with a more unique house rule, right? The Highlander rule. There can only be one, so we always respect those kind of unique things. But these typically prevent some models with more powerful abilities from being abused or taken in a spam list. We'll see how Hope Summers fares. 50 points. She should be a fun one for sure. We'll go ahead and add her to the list here, or to the display. And we're coming on number 8 here. Of course, we're hoping for this guy, Wolverine himself. That Phoenix Wolverine it is unbelievable looking. Can't imagine how great it's going to be on the table. It's probably going to just clean everything up, just like the God Doom did during the or did for the Fantastic Four set. It's such a cool piece, and it's bound to add some power. It'll be a little bit overwhelming. We've got our Rogue, who is a rare, Tessa uncommon, Corsair common, Havoc common, and Cypher common. So another duplicate. Hopefully this rogue's face is a little better. Ooh, it's not. Eesh. But it's good to see this lineup of characters. Tessa is one that I do not know as much from the X-Men current set or from their past. And this is going to be Booster 9. And for the 9th booster, we've got a common Shard, another character who I need to learn more about. A common Armor, who actually we didn't see in almost 15 boosters before we saw an Armor. That's impressive. Emma Frost is an uncommon, and is why we didn't see her because she's a rare. I think I'm just looking at it odd in the light. That would explain it. She is a rare, and she just has that fist armored rather than her full suit. But that's a pretty cool sculpt and characteristic as well. For some reason that looks like a common. The silver and white of the common and rares can at times be indistinguishable. Again, we've got a Forge on the end with a better painted mustache, and old Drunky himself, Sunspot. For those of you who haven't seen the Sunspot sculpt, he's stumbling down a hallway. It's cool to see Emma Frost and Sinister, I guess, as a lower rarity, so that they can have some more abilities and playability, where the last Emma Frost and Sinisters were super rares in the X-Men animated set. This is number 10. Also, it was almost 20 boosters until we saw Armor. And for number 10, we've got a common Wolverine, common Elixir, common Hope Summers. Oh, what is that? What is that? We'll see what we've got all wrapped up here. We've got an uncommon Marvel Girl, but let's focus on the bubble wrap. Oh man, this was a sweet case. Look at that. Chase. Whoa. Man, well, there goes the Phoenix Wolverine chances, but if we had to not get Phoenix Wolverine, that's probably as good as it gets, honestly. That is sick, and that is or Insabanur is how you say it in the X-Men language that Cypher made, that A with the dots around it. It represents Apocalypse. So this is probably him more in the past, perhaps, in those original battles, as he looks like to be in these vestments of like the old warriors when like Araco and Krakoa were first fighting the darkness, where this Apocalypse is more modern and way bigger too. I'm surprised they actually have 2 Apocalypse sculpts in the same set. Very cool. And to pull both of those in a case, oh man, I am overjoyed by this set right here and these 2 guys. And I can't wait to play them together and just to figure out what else they can do and what I can do with the big bads. I always like these guys like Apocalypse and Darkseid, Despero, Starro, some of those guys, like big, crazy galactic threats. That's the second chase of the 2 cases. The first being Krakoa. Very cool, unique looking sculpt here with the Krakoan gate. But Insabanur, oh man, that is just too cool. I almost need to just stop and read the cards. We're going to talk all about these cards on the podcast, so definitely look for that online at afterdragons.com, and find me on Twitter at afterdragons_ to show me your pulls and discuss the cases. I got so excited I didn't even look in the last one to see if there was anything else we should pull out for us. Actually pulled another Hope Summers with a little bit of a trippy misprint, giving her that double hope. It looks like it was kind of printed over twice here. So sometimes there's a few misprints or things. So far there hasn't been anything broken in this case. And this would be starting with booster number 11. In the last case, we did have a rare Storm that came in a little damaged. also bubble wrapped. So far both Apocalypses are bubble wrapped, and the Storm, this rare Storm is. And her arm actually came disconnected. So we're gonna fix that up with a little bit of glue to get her back in fighting order. Man, look at that figure. Let's look at that again. That is just too cool. I'm so happy to add both of these Apocalypse models to the collection. A little bit bummed I won't be adding this one, but hey, there's always, you know, never, or you know, some other time. It seems like it's always folks who pick up just a random box in the store. They're like, I never play Heroclix, I'll just grab one. They're the ones that get the super chases. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Weird Tailbone, Telekinetic Professor X, Uncommon Zorn, Uncommon Unique Moira X, Common Corsair, and Common Rachel Gray. Perhaps there's some team ups there, I'm not certain. Let's see if we can pop this out. So the Telekinetic Tailbone of Professor X. It's he's got a whole thing going here. I can dig it as he's kind of throwing the force, but he's also looks like he's sort of, you know, holding his hands out like for the punchline of a joke. So I don't know. Part of me thinks it's a good sculpt, but him just standing there with his arms kind of crossed in this suit would have been a lot more impressive. I appreciate that they're adding more of these energy effects, but this one came off odd. Let's go with Booster 12. And let's see, we've got Common Sage, Common Dr. Elia Gregor, Uncommon Chamber. That is a rare, and it's Cardinal, with the Uncommon Psylocke. So the Cardinal Nightcrawler sculpts in this set are very dynamic, really fitting with both characters. And it's interesting that they've actually added some of the powers of X characters, as we haven't really gotten to them in the story. I don't know if Hickman's storyline is going to be going that far ahead and really telling us the story of Cardinal and Rasputin, whom we really should see in this set. I didn't even think about Rasputin yet. I hope she's in here as a super rare or something. But I don't know if his story is really going to take us all the way to that, or if that was just showing us a very far kind of future with that Nimrod end of times. This was booster number 13, I think. And oh, we see a little bit of energy here that's not in the collection yet. I don't know who that is. Uncommon Marvel Girl. Ooh, super rare Cable. Oh man, that's probably the next best thing right there. We're just getting Apocalypse and Cable. The only thing could be better is if there's a third Apocalypse sculpt in this set. Let's pull out this young Cable, who's wielding the sword he found that kind of kicked off the Ten of Swords event, and also started up the sword space station, kind of an important thing in the X-Men storyline, as well as the new sword ongoing by Al Ewing. I really like old Cable. I want young Cable to be old fast. The story was cool when he came back, but now he's kind of, he can be a little bit annoying, but he looks badass in this one, and his Ten of Swords role was really great. The actual tournament itself was a little weird. He sort of had a, like a breakdown and kind of had to rely on his parents. It was I know it was a poignant moment, but it felt weird that Cable was the one there for that vignette. There have been some teases of old Cable returning, so we'll see how the current X books go. But damn, that's the only reference to Ten of Swords directly that we've seen, and a very cool Cable at super rare with 2 price points, 120 and 60 points with willpower on the dial. Can't wait to see really what he brings to the table and what he can do with both Apocalypses, for example. I just love combining all of these comic favorites into one unrealistic team of action here. Let's see, the rest of this booster was all dupes with Uncommon Marvel Girl, Common Domino, the Rare Hope Summers, which was new in this case, and then the common beast. Let's grab our 14th of the case. And let's see where we've got our, we should be pulling one more super rare and one prime, if the prime thing is real. Maybe I don't believe in primes anymore now that my first case didn't even come with one. Well, let's see. Upside down. Common Corsair, rare Vulcan, uncommon Forge. Oh, speak of the devil, I don't believe in primes, and there he is. Prime Bishop. I found out between the last video and now, let me calm down this shaking, there we go, that there's a Prime Zorn, a Prime Vulcan, a Bishop, and one other, but it's great to add Bishop to the list. And this is a very cool sculpt for Bishop. New to my Heroclix collection in general, and looking forward to see what makes him prime, what they've added to the dial. Sometimes these prime characters can be pretty powerful. I was really hoping for the super rare prime, but hey, we'll take the common because it's Bishop, right? So now with the prime selected, the chase, and 4 super rares, the rest of this set's going to be duplicates, team up cards, and probably one more super rare. I don't think that last booster had any team up cards. And I'll review the team up cards here from both of the cases at the end of this episode. We'll look and see really what came in that. There were 6 team up cards in the first case. Odd distribution. I'm not sure what that boils down to. So, booster number 15, I think. Marvel Girl uncommon, Rogue rare, a Corsair common, Mr. Sinister uncommon, and Bishop common. Let's see. I don't think there are any team up cards in that one, but this booster is all dupes. And we'll open number 16 here. And I don't know which other characters could be super rares. Looking at the box, we have not got a Jubilee in this set. We have not gotten our Captain Britain or a Gambit. We are still missing... Oh, it looks like we have everybody on the X-Force covered. Everyone on the main X-Men cover, or on the House of X. Everyone on the X-Men 1 cover, now that we've got Cable. And then in the Marauders, we've got Bishop added, but we do still need Pyro and Iceman. So maybe they are coming up as well. Still hoping that 4th super rare isn't going to be a duplicate. We've pulled all unique super rares in this case so far, and that is always a great thing. We are looking at a common Polaris, a rare Raza. That's a new one here. We'll pull that one out. A common Havoc, uncommon Hepesba, and a common Beast. It doesn't look like there are any team up cards in that, but let's pull this Raza out to add to the list and the set. Very cool Harlequin style Raza. A character I don't know as well. I'm gonna have to read about it more. One of the great things about Heroclix is that they include a lot of the characters that you know if you've been reading the stories or if you follow any element of the Marvel universe or the DC universe. You can typically know a majority of the characters, but then they always include others that are pivotal to the story or other pieces that you may only know about from certain issues or certain storylines, like Richter or this guy, Raza. So I always find myself finding these comic history videos or great write-ups to just learn about the different heroes. And having that investment in the Heroclix kind of doubles over into the comics, and the whole thing just builds on itself, right? Adds more to the hobby. This was booster number 17, and we are looking at a super rare Nightcrawler. Right when I was saying we didn't pull any dupes, this is the second Nightcrawler super rare. We also got one in the first case. We've got an uncommon Psylocke, a common Wolverine, our second rare Magneto of this case, and 3rd overall, as well as a Rachel Gray. And the Rachel Gray model, they took the Marvel Girl and changed the uniform a little bit. But this is all a duplicate booster for us due to the first case. But excellent Nightcrawler model and great to add Nightcrawler to the collection. So the rest of this, now that we've revealed our super rare, I think is going to just be duplicates. But there may be another rare that we haven't seen yet. And this means there will be some super rares we won't see. I think this is going to be Storm again. And let's see if she's broken or not. We'll have a reference now to fix the broken Storm. As sure enough, we've got rare Storm, common Domino, uncommon Cyclops, common Havoc, and common Forge. It doesn't look like there's a team up card. Let's see if our Storm has both of her arms attached. It's always preferable that way. Hey, I would not have glued it on that direction. So I'm glad we got a chance to see that way. This is a very dynamic figure. Oh, there was a team up in that one, cool. So some of these packs may have hidden team ups that we hadn't found yet, but we'll see. This is a very dynamic figure. I'm happy that they're trying to treat these better and not put them into the plastic. But this is one where I feel that it would have been better in the plastic, as she leaned too hard on this one to pop the arm off. So a great Storm, and I don't really have a Storm that's more high powered. There's a rare from the X-Men animated series, but this one has this more modern look. We'll see what she can do on the table and what she adds to the ladies teams that get played in the house. This is booster 19. We're getting across the finish line after months and months of waiting. I was, found out about House of X, Powers of X being a Heroclix set probably a year ago now at some of the festivals or some of the conventions and things that were going on. And I was just really looking forward to it for the entirety of 2020. Then with all of the delays and distribution stuff going on, it's just been a crazy set to wait for. I will say I really liked not seeing the figures yet and just learning all about them now when you were opening them. I mean, having some finds like this, knowing that Insabanur is in it, or that Cable is a super rare, it's just too cool, and Richter and things to find out really in the moment as a comic book fan and Heroclix fan. So if you're into those teasers and stuff, maybe try to avoid it on a set and see what you think about that. In this one, it looks like we've got all dupes as expected. There's a rare Prestige, an uncommon Hepesba, common Elixir, common Shard, and a common Polaris. And with our 20th and last booster, just want to say thank you guys for watching this channel and checking out these opening videos. Again, you can find much more content on Twitter and on the After Dragons website. You can find me on Twitter at @AfterDragons_, and I've been reviewing a ton of comics and talking about clicks as we go, and also look for the Casual Clicks In channel, as Maro, its host, and I have been doing a Heroclix series on the After Dragons podcast. And with that, let's open the 20th booster here of this House of X set and see what is going to wrap up the collection. We've got a common Rachel Gray, an uncommon Sunspot, common Wolverine, a common Sinister clone, our 5th Sinister clone, I believe, of the set, and a duplicate rare, from this case, another rare Raza. We also pulled a team-up card. So we've got a ton of duplicates, obviously, to be expected when you're opening multiple sets and dealing with so many of the boosters. But we pulled a lot of great figures through this second set. Some key figures, actually, probably some of my favorite super rares of the set. Definitely my favorite Chase, even though Krakoa comes in as a hard second there. Let me pull these other super rares into focus. You can see kind of the outcome of these cases. Managed to get that Unbroken Storm is nice. So all around, we are missing a few super rares. I'm thinking there's going to be a Rasputin to go along with the Cardinal. but I'm not certain who else is in the super rare selection or the chases. But after this video, I'm going to go find out for myself and see what else we didn't get in the set. It was a very, very successful pull though, all around. We've got 2, 4, 5 team up cards came in that case, where we had 6 team up cards in the last case, and 2 team up cards came in the Fast Forces. So in my Fast Force set, let's look at this here. I pulled 2 beasts in there, both different team ups. One with Angel, Archangel, Cyclops, Iceman, Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, and one with anyone within the X-Men. Now, I'm interested to see if folks all got 2 beasts, or if this was also a scatter shot of randomness. As you can see, the team-up cards give characters different stats, some different abilities and rules based on the team lineup, and also give you a little bit more to build around the list when you're building. So you're not just always playing this 50-point beast, but based on who's in your team, it becomes a different character. And this can also add in some more of the comic book stuff. As we've seen in some other team-ups, they specifically mention comic book teams or comic book references. Here's our look at the others we got. In the last case, we pulled a rare Karima team-up. That's .01. You can tell here in the top numbers where the team-up numbering to see how many there are. I don't know how many there are for each figure, but at least the if you get later numbers, you know there's more, right? So we know there's only one here. And it's teamed up with a robot theme team, so that could be an interesting composition. We've got Storm teamed up with Bishop, Callisto, Emma Frost, Iceman, Kitty Pryde, Kate Pryde, and Pyro. So we didn't see a Kitty Pryde, where we did get the super rare Kate right here. So maybe we missed out on a Kitty and an Iceman, according to this team up. We pulled a telekinetic tailbone Professor X team up with Callisto, Karima, and Magneto. That's quite a combination. We'll see what they all add. And we also got this uncommon Psylocke with Colossus, Dazzler, Gateway Havoc, Jubilee, Longshot, Rogue, Storm, Wolverine. That is a mouthful, and you need 3 or more of them for the effect to trigger. Uncommon Emma Frost team up, .02. Again with the Kitty Pryde. Oh, and a Sebastian Shaw, whom I didn't see in the set either, but was the super rare, or a chase actually in the X-Men animated series. I do not have in the collection. Douglock team up. This is Excalibur based, so it's pretty sweet. All of the Excalibur characters. Uncommon Sunspot with his powers all blacked out here. It's a New Mutants theme team, so again another direct reference here to the comic teams. Great to see that and work some story into the team building. We've got an uncommon Cyclops here with an X-Men theme team, and this is actually .06. So there are a lot of these. If there are .06s of even a few, I mean we're talking hundreds of additional team up cards and options. And Heroclix is really, there's so many options and things in the entire game that you could play endlessly and not really replay teams and things. And these team up cards make it even more likely, as look, there's another 04 for Magneto with an Acolytes theme team. So we got this one in this set. An uncommon Marvel Girl team up with a Cyclops Wolverine, so that love triangle trio here can all play together, and that's a .03. And another .04, a Wolverine X-Men theme team. So all around, quite a few team up cards, but nowhere near as many as you'd expect opening 40 boosters. But it'll be great to see what goes into that, and I'm off to see which chases did not come in these cases and which super rares didn't see what else is in the collection. I think all around, this is my favorite piece so far. Without reading any rules or knowing any point values of this set, we'll really see if that changes, but it's going to be hard to beat here or Insapanur. I don't actually know how you pronounce it. I don't speak Krakoan yet, but maybe I will next time. And until then, look for us on AfterDragons.com and again on Twitter at AfterDragons_. Thank you.